Hi everybody, this is Phil from Pass with Phil Driving School, and today a very brief video which is going to be backed up by a practical, so I'll be following it up with a video in car of how to get your car ready to move to join traffic. So this is basically following on from the cockpit drill. So we're at the side of the road, and again, if you've never driven before or you've had a couple of lessons, once we've set the car up using the cockpit drill, we're then going to basically get the car ready to move. So as we can see in this little video here, we've got our car, little learner plate on the top there, and we're going to get the car ready to go. Now the routine I like to use is called Prepare, Observe and Move, or POM for short, if it's easy to remember. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to prepare the car to go, and by doing that we're first of all going to make sure that the handbrake's on secure in the car and it's out of gear, and we're going to turn the car on. Once we've turned the car on, the preparation phase being that we're going to select a gear. Now the gear that we're going to select is first gear, like riding a bike. That first gear is the most powerful gear, and it'll get that ton of metal and engine moving. If you can imagine riding your bike and starting your bike in 18th, 19th gear, very hard to pedal, you're going to fall off. So we need first gear to get us going. So in the car, it works exactly the same way. So what we're going to do to select that gear, we're going to put our clutch down. So with your left leg over your left pedal, we're going to push it down with the ball of our foot all the way in with the palming technique, so palm over the gear stick. We're going to select first gear. Now keeping that clutch pedal in, we're going to then go over to our right leg and we're going to basically put power through the car. We're going to set our gas. Now a lot of setting the gas depends on the gradient of the road. So let's say for example in this little video we're on a flat road. So what I'm going to ask you to do, very gently, light sensitive pressure, is push that gas pedal down. Probably and when you push it down, think of the thickness of a pound coin. That's all. So very gently pushing that gas pedal down, and when you get to that thickness of a pound coin, you've got a little bit of power in the car. Hold that foot steady. Now we've held that foot steady, we're going to go back to our left leg, our left foot, and very gently we're going to lift our clutch up, and we're going to get what's called our biting point. Now our biting point is where the two clutch plates within the car come up very slowly and link together. It's at that point where they touch that you've got the gear is actually selected. And what you'll do is you'll feel the car maybe just nudge a little bit, of a slight pull on the car. You may even hear the engine noise change slightly. But it's at that point, just as you get that little nudge, that you hold your feet steady. That's your biting point. At that point the car wants to go. Okay, so we're going to hold those feet steady. That's our preparation phase. The next thing we're going to do, excuse my writing, we're going to observe. So we're going to make our observations, our safety checks. So where we are here, we're going to start over our left shoulder, looking at our blind spot, our left blind spot, to see if there's anything there like children coming out of driveways on bicycles, cars, even people. We're then going to check our inside left mirror for any bikers, and in this instance we can see one in our blind spot. We're then going to look in our centre mirror again to see if there's anything behind and if that bike has moved out at all. We're then going to look straight ahead, scanning the road, seeing that we've got people, a closed junction, maybe just seeing the tip of this white car. We can see this car over with its indicator on, wanted to turn into the junction. Got a couple more pedestrians on the pavement there, one walking a dog. We're going to look in our right mirror to see again if this bike has changed position and started to overtake us. And finally looking over our right blind spot into this area, where again we can see this car coming out of a driveway. There may even be children coming out on bikes. We've got that covered. So what we've done with our observation, starting over our left blind spot, left door mirror, centre mirror, straight ahead, or straight ahead, centre mirror, right blind spot. That's a 360 degree kind of check from left to right. As we're checking over our right shoulder, we're then putting our hand on our handbrake, and we're going to decide whether or not we're going to give a signal. Now what I mean by that is only when you're moving off from being stationary to join traffic, and when you're pulling in to stop, that we're only going to give a signal if it benefits. And that timing of that signal is very important. So in this instance, we have got quite a lot going on. So with my hand on my handbrake, checking my centre mirror and my right mirror again, knowing that the bike is still behind us and he's not come past to overtake, we've got a good distance away from the bike. I'm going to let my handbrake off. I've already got the amount of gas that I need, so very slowly, as I come up on my clutch pedal, I'm then going to indicate to the right, keeping that clutch pedal slow, which is then going to move me out as I steer slightly to the right, steering slightly back to the left, and then straightening up, looking then for a central position in the middle of the road and looking into the distance of where I want the car to go. I'm not going to look at my bonnet, I'm not going to look 5 metres in front, I'm basically looking up to where I want the car to go, and I'm also scanning to the left and the right to see if there's any obstructions, any hazards, and generally look what other people are doing so I can react. Keep bringing that clutch up nice and slow until you feel the pedal relax and start to apply a little bit of gas. So let's just recap on the prepare, observe, move. We're in the car, done a cockpit drill, and we want to get the car going. So make sure that the handbrake's on its out of gear, turn the car on. Select first gear, so clutch down into first gear and set your gas. We're on the flat road, we're going to press it down the thickness of a pound coin. When we've got that, we're going to hold our foot. Back to clutch pedal, bring it up to biting point. As soon as you get that little nudge, little pull in the car, hold your feet steady. That's the preparation phase done. Before we let the go, we need to make our observations and our safety check. So looking over our left blind spot, we're going to do a full 360 check, using all mirrors, finishing over our right blind spot. Hand on our handbrake, do I need to give a signal? Our observations are done. Quite a bit of activity, cars around us, make sure that that signal is timed, and as you let your handbrake off, you signal up for right, and very gently keeping your clutch foot slow, we're going to steer slightly to the right, slightly to the left, into the centre of our lane and get a good driving position. Okay, that's moving off. See you soon.